Senator Weik to explain her vote.
Thank you, Madam President. I rise today to explain my vote on this legislation. Earlier today, some of my colleagues across the aisle attended a rally and held up a sign that depicted a plane labeled climate change and headed toward the Twin Towers. My colleagues, for whatever sick and twisted reason, thought it was appropriate to use imagery from the worst attack this state has ever seen and use it as a prop to promote their partisan agenda. Every New Yorker should be disgusted at this shameful use of September 11th imagery to promote their political agenda.
Madam President.
Yes.
I've been a lot
Yeah,
seen a lot of
Senator
disappointing
Gianaris.
behavior.
Senator Gianaris.
Thank you, Madam
Point of
President.
order.
Let's try and keep comments germane to the bills before us. I understand there's a desire to score political points. It's part of the job of what we do. If I may, I have the floor.
Senator Weik, let Senator Gianaris finish, please.
We take great care. We use great latitude in letting our colleagues express themselves. What Senator Weik is talking about has absolutely nothing to do with the bill before us right now. She's welcome to go outside the chamber and have a press conference if she chooses. But let's try and talk about the bill that's before the House. Otherwise, I would ask the chair to rule or not germane.
Senator Lanza, why do you rise?
Madam President, we have a tradition here on this floor that members are permitted to stand up and explain to the people in this House and to the people of the state of New York their reason, which is personal to them, with respect to why they are either voting in the affirmative or in the negative on any piece of legislation. Now, I've heard for years explanations that didn't seem to make sense to me, but of course, they made sense to the person making their vote. And so, for Senator Weik, she's telling the people on this floor and around New York why what her personal reason is for voting, for the way she is voting on this piece of legislation. And we should not be getting into the minds of our colleagues in terms of why or why not they are voting for legislation.
Senator Weik, could you keep your comments as to your explanation to your vote with respect to this bill, S7012?
If I may continue. Every New Yorker should be disgusted at this shameful September 11th imagery.
Yes, Senator Gianaris.
I ask you to please end Senator Weik's attempted explanation, which has nothing to do with the legislation before the House. We were not going to tolerate a circus in the chamber on a bill that has nothing to do with what she's talking about. I heard Senator Lanza. We often let members speak on a wide variety of issues. We give great latitude to allow that to happen. But this is an outrageous display, and I would ask, Madam President, to cut this off. Thank you.
Limit your comments to the bill in chief, the bill, and you are explaining your vote. Otherwise, I will rule it out of order.
President, I will say that if I could finish my comments, you'll see how it's germane to the bill, and I would appreciate that courtesy.
That you are explaining your vote with respect to a bill, and rather than finishing your prepared comments, in light of the comments made here, please make your comments relevant to the bill in chief and your vote.
So as the wife and mother of law enforcement, I can tell you that I hail from a community that's lost hundreds of brave men and women in the September 11th attacks. And I cannot contain my anger and disgust at the behavior of my colleagues.
Senator Weik, how do you vote on the bill?
I vote in the affirmative.
Thank you. Senator Weik is to be recorded in the affirmative.